welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie and I post a lot of beauty related content here on YouTube. If they're the kind of videos you like to watch, then please hit that subscribe button down below. Today's video we are going to be testing a Revolution launch, but it's with their sister brand Makeup Obsession. They have these new palettes. You've got Exhale, Inhale, and they're just gorgeous. Just look at that. These retail for £5. I'm telling you, I absolutely love how affordable and how cute these palettes are. Just look at that. And these are like the perfect palettes, like if you're traveling or something, like you just don't want the most biggest palette in your collection. This is the Exhale one, and this is more purpley. This one out of the two has so many mattes in, and there's literally just like 3 shimmers, which is really good for Obsession. Well, Revolution really, isn't it? Again, this one has 5 shimmers and 4 mattes in there. So we've got these two, that one and that one matte. I don't know which one to use. Like, I'm more drawn to this one because of the packaging. However, it's a very brightly coloured palette. But then I'm drawn to the colours in here because it's more pink. I don't know. Let's just use the Inhale one. So I'm just going to quickly do some swatches of this shadow palette of this palette for you guys, and then we'll get into the eye look. Okay, so here is the swatches. I must admit, that shade I couldn't swatch too well. My fingers are too fat to fit into those little pans, you know, so I had to use like this finger here, and this finger's a bit more stained because it was the best way I could swatch these shades. But they are all really nice. They're not like the most pigmented shades that they've ever done, but this, I feel like you could build up. Like, these 3 shades are quite lovely, and I feel like you're only gonna get like one kind of transition look with these shades, and then you've got all these different shimmers to play with. So I'm quite excited. I feel like I know where I'm going with this palette. So let's put my Beauty Bay eye base on, because we all know how much I love this stuff, to the point where I think I'm running really low on this. Right, so I'm gonna start off with this nice like dusky pink shade called Flutter. There's a tiny mirror in there, so let's see if I'm able to use that properly. Really nicely pigmented, I must admit. Oh my god, I have bought all the new matte lip balms from Revolution, and I will be doing a whole lip swatch video on them very soon. Hopefully they come tomorrow and I can do the lip swatch video for you guys, because I heard the formula is quite nice. And I wouldn't have bought them because I don't really tend to go for matte lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, but they're not as drying as I think they could be, so that is what's making me very intrigued to get them. Then we're going to go in with this shade here called Brimstone. Not sure how much that did for my eyes, so we're going to go in with the shade Growth, which is this like cool tone brown, and we're going to put that in the outer corner. I don't know how much you're going to see of this shade, but I don't feel like it is that deep at all. And we're going to take this shade here called New Life, which is kind of like a semi-matte semi shimmer, and we're going to put that just in my brow bone area. I actually like that under the brow bone. It's not too like shimmery and it's not too matte. For my lid, I want to go in with this shade here called Float, so I'm just going to cut my crease real quick. So crease is cut. Like I said, we're going to go in with this shade here called, was it this shade I wanted to go in with? Float. I feel like it's a bit of a duochrome, this shade. It's very hardly pressed in the pan, I must admit. It's very glittery as well. I am struggling to get this down. It is so glittery. I feel like it needs like a shade underneath. Maybe I'll try wetting the brush. Alright, it works so much better wet than it does dry, so I would recommend wetting your brush with that. Now I want to go in with that cool tone brown Growth shade and just like blend out the edges. So that shade worked out really well just if it was wet. So I'm just going to go off camera, complete the other eye, complete my makeup, and then we'll come back to do under the eyes together. Most of my makeup is done. If you want to know what is on my face, I have Revolution 8.5 Conceal and Define, NYX Honey Dew Me Up. For bronzer, I have a mixture of the XX Candid and the Revolution Pro Sculpting Bronzer. For blush, again, it's a mixture. It is an e.l.f. Putty Blush, and I believe it's Tahiti. And then I just put a bit of this blush from Relove in Sweet on. And highlight, of course, has to be the one and only Wisp, which when I hit pan, it's just like forever not finishing. And I've got some backups to use. Roxy Lashes, Roxy Liners, Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Lips is, of course, Colourpop BFF2, the Lippy Stick in Cookie, and a bit of clear gloss from the Hydra Bomb. Should we put something under the lash line? I feel like that's where we need to go. I was thinking maybe look how much I destroyed that shade trying to work out how to use it. Should we go in with a pink? I feel like I want to go in with this dusky pink, and then on my inner corner I'm going to put in New Life over here. Now I've completed every step of my makeup. I did just add the Bratz, I feel like it's Jade's liner, which is the more pinkier one, into my waterline. But this is the completed look with that butterfly palette. Let's start talking about it if I can find it. Here it is. This is the Inhale palette. So this palette retails for £5. It is on offer as I'm filming for £4 because they're doing like some sort of bank holiday weekend sale. So if I don't put this up around bank holiday, the sale's probably done. But yeah, like I feel like this is such a pretty palette. It is. You are getting what you pay for because it's so affordable. I feel like the mattes work really well. They always do. But the shimmer, can you see what I did to that shimmer? Just trying to work with it. I used a flat brush. I used a more shader brush. I wet both brushes. I used it dry. It was so hard to work with. But like the other shade here that I used for my inner corner worked really, really well. And then I just feel like I do love this palette, but it's not something that's like the most wow out there pigmented palette. It is worth the price tag of a £5, I must admit. And it's something for a younger audience as well. Like if someone younger just getting into makeup wants to try out something, this would be nice. It's just like the shimmers are just not that great. Well, the one shimmer I tried, which if I clean up the palette I can finally see, it's called Float. I probably used about half the shade just there. It is nice, it's just not the greatest. But yeah, so that is my overall thoughts of this palette. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please smash it a huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye!